different Charlie. Are we ready, everyone? Okay. Everybody, let's silence our phones. Good evening, everyone. We are ready to begin tonight's Gardena City Council meeting for Tuesday, October the 28th, 2025. Madam City Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Mayor Serta,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Henderson,
Here.
Councilmember Tanaka,
Here.
Councilmember Francis,
Here.
and Councilmember Love.
Here.
All members of the council are present.
Okay, thank you. So tonight, we did not have closed session, so we're going to jump right into this agenda. We're going to begin tonight with our Pledge of Allegiance. Tonight, it will be led by one of our Gardena Police Department explorers, Eduardo Hurtado. So at this time, everyone please stand.
If I could have everyone please place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated, except for our explorer. So tonight's Pledge of Allegiance was led by Edward Hurtado, who is from our Gardena Police Department Explorer Program. Eduardo is currently a junior at Cal State University of Dominguez Hills, and he's been with the Explorer Program for over 2 years and holds the rank of corporal. During his free time, he likes to work out, and Explorer Hurtado aspires to be a great leader and a role model for his siblings. So, Mr. Hurtado, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you guys on behalf of Post 142. Thank you guys for your continued support, Madam Mayor and members of the City Council. Throughout the years, without you guys' support, I don't think we'd be as successful as we are today.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you again. We really appreciate you leading us to Pledge of Allegiance. You did a great job.
Thank you guys.
All right, thank you. Okay, so next up, we're going to have our invocation tonight led by Pastor Charles Williams from Grace Chapel. So at this time, everyone, please stand.
Good evening. I am going to strive to resist the temptation to pray for the Dodgers tonight.
It's okay.
Let us bow our heads. Gracious and eternal God, we come together this evening with hearts filled with gratitude. Thank you for your abundant blessings, for the precious gift of life, and for the measure of health and strength you provide each day. Your word teaches us to lift up prayers, petitions, intercession, and thanksgiving for all people, especially for those in positions of authority, so that we may live peaceful and orderly lives. And so tonight, we lift up our mayor, our city council, and all who serve in every aspect, every level of city government. We also pray for every individual who works to support the safety, well-being, and progress of our city. Lord, we ask your blessing upon the agenda before this council this evening. Grant our leaders wisdom to govern with integrity and fairness, compassion for the needs and concerns of all citizens, a strong commitment to justice and righteousness, and the spirit of unity and cooperation as they work together. Finally, we ask for your continued protection over our city. Watch over our first responders, our police officers, firefighters, and all those dedicated to safeguarding our community. Guide, strengthen, and protect them in their service. We ask all of these things in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. Pastor Charles, you can come back to the front here. Okay, so today's invocation was led by Pastor Charles Williams from Grace Chapel, which is located at 1125 Centinela Avenue in Inglewood, California. Pastor Charles Williams has been a proud resident of Gardena for nearly 25 years. He earned a Bachelor's of Arts degree from Vanguard University and a Master's degree from Azusa Pacific University. In addition to his pastoral ministry, Pastor Williams has worked in both education and as a professional musician. For almost 34 years, he has faithfully served as the pastor of Grace Chapel in Inglewood, where the church's guiding motto is, love God, love people, live with purpose. This December marks Pastor Williams' 50th wedding anniversary with his wife, Dr. Cheryl Lynn Williams, an assistant administrator with the Los Angeles Unified School District. The couple first met in Sunday school and have since built a life grounded in faith and service. They are the proud parents of 3 adult children and the delighted grandparents of 3 grandsons. Pastor, would you like to say anything?
Madam Mayor, it is an honor to be here tonight and to be a part of this meeting. I'm very grateful to live in this city and appreciate the service of all of you, and been here long enough to see growth and progress, and just really grateful for what is happening around us in Gardena. You're right, my church is in Inglewood, but I live in Gardena. We've been there 34 years in November, and we're trying in that community to love God, love people, minister to the community, and Mayor Serta is familiar with our church, and we are somewhat like family, as I think churches should be. And we're kind of like this because a lot of times people come in and sit all in the back like that there. No, but just glad to be here tonight, and an honor to be able to bring this invocation. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Pastor. Let's please give him a round of applause. So next we have a presentation, our Gardena Events video. As they're pulling that forward, I'm going to do a little housekeeping here right quick. So tonight, if you'd like to participate in the meeting, you can participate via the following ways. You can view our meeting live on Spectrum Channel 22 or online at youtube.com/City of Gardena. You can also participate prior to the meeting by emailing our Deputy City Clerk at publiccomments@cityofgardena.org by 5 p.m. on the day of the meeting and write public comments in the subject line. And the third way is you can attend the meeting in person. If you have a public comment, the City Council will hear from the public on any item on the agenda or any item of interest that is not on the agenda at the following times. If it is an agenda item, at the time the City Council considers that item or during oral communications. If it's a non-agenda item, it will be during oral communications. If it's a public hearing, at the time the public hearing is listed on the agenda. If you wish to address the City Council, please complete a speaker request form. It looks like this, and present it to the city clerk or the sergeant at arms. Can you raise your hand? You will be called to the podium by name when it's your turn to address the City Council. The City Council cannot legally take any action on any item not scheduled on the agenda, so such items may be referred for administrative action or scheduled on a future agenda. Members of the public wishing to address the City Council will be given 3 minutes to speak. We also have standards of behavior that promote civility at all of our public meetings. We treat everyone courteously. We listen to others respectfully. We exercise self-control. We give open-minded considerations to all viewpoints, and we focus on the issues and we avoid personalizing debate. And we embrace respectful disagreement and dissent as democratic rights, inherent components of an inclusive public process, and tools for foregoing sound decisions. So at this time, I'd just like to thank all of you for your attendance as well as your cooperation. So next, we have our Gardena Events video presentation. Okay, thank you. So next up, we're going to move to our appointments, item number 8. Mr. City Manager, do you mind reading that?
Mayor Serta, members of the City Council, agenda item 8A, Greater Los Angeles County Vector Control District Board of Trustees appointment. Councilmember Paulette Francis was appointed to the Greater Los Angeles Vector Control District on October 24, 2023 by the City Council. The term of office will expire on January 5th, 2026. Pursuant to the State Health and Safety Code, the representative must be appointed to serve a full 2-year or 4-year term commencing on January 5, 2026. The city representative should not be appointed on a yearly basis. Once appointed, the representative will serve until the expiration of his or her term, unless he or she resigns, vacates the office due to absences, or is no longer a voter or resident within the respective county or city of the appointing body. The Vector Control District does not accept or recognize the appointment of alternate representatives. Board members do not get compensated but do receive an in lieu travel expense of $100 a month for attending each regularly scheduled board meeting by the Vector Control District. The meetings are held monthly on the second Thursday of each month at 7 p.m. There is no financial impact. What is required tonight is consider and discuss a full 2-year or 4-year term appointment to the Greater Los Angeles County Vector Control District Board of Trustees.
Okay, thank you. Madam City Clerk, do we have anybody from the public wishing to speak on this item?
No, Mayor, we do not.
Okay. Does any member of the council have any questions or comments on this item here? Okay. I do have one quick question. That's for the city manager or city attorney. So it says on here either a 2-year or a 4-year term. Customarily, we normally are always doing a 2-year, 4-year? Can you just refresh my memory?
You guys normally do a 2-year because remember, we do have elections every 2 years as well.
Okay.
So you would want to make sure that the person that you're appointing, I don't know which election term they're up in. So
Okay.
the city attorney's office would recommend that you do a 2-year term.
A 2-year term, okay. Okay, well, if there are no other questions there, if we could get a motion to appoint Councilmember Francis to the position of the Greater Los Angeles County Vector Control District Board of Trustees for a 2-year appointment. So there was a motion by Rodney, Councilmember Tanaka, and it looks like it's a second by Councilmember Henderson. We can begin the vote here. Okay, we get in the vote. Okay,
The motion passes with 5 yeas.
okay, thank you.
Madam
Oh.
City Clerk, I'm sorry, can I have you read the last name of each?
Yes.
And I'm trying to get you guys used to this because there was a new bill that passed recently that is going to, one of the additional requirements is that you have roll call vote. And so that's partially what the city clerk is doing right now. Even though we're in an electronic system, we
Okay.
still have to have the roll call verbal vote of each member.
Okay, so we.
We'll talk about it more. It won't become effective until July 1st of
Okay,
2026.
so we have 5 yeas, Serta, Henderson, Tanaka, Francis, and Love.
Okay, thank you.
Motion passed.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next up, we have our consent calendar. Madam City Clerk, do we have anybody from the public wishing to speak on this item?
No, we do not, Mayor.
Okay, and does any member of the council have any items that they would like to discuss separately regarding the consent calendar? Okay, Councilmember Francis?
Yes, I do, Madam Mayor.
Okay, I see you on here. Which items?
10F.
10F,
Yes.
okay. Item number 10F, okay. That being said, if I can get a motion to approve the consent calendar with the exception of item number 10F.
So moved.
Hit your button for me. That's okay, that's okay. Okay, so based on the way the buttons were hit, looks like Councilmember Tanaka went first, and then Mayor Pro Tem Henderson. Madam City Clerk, if you will start the vote. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Tanaka first and Henderson second. Rodney, hit yours again. Oh, there you go. Okay, we can end the vote.
The motion has passed with 5 yeas, Serta, Henderson, Tanaka, Francis, and Love.
Okay, great. Okay, item number 10F, Councilmember Francis?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. I just had a couple quick questions. It says acceptance and notice of completion for annual pedestrian safety improvements for year 2024-2025 sidewalk trip hazard removal phase. I was wondering, perhaps I missed it, but what at the removal phase, what's the next phase of the project? Is there like a
So all we're doing on this project is, first of all, we're identifying areas where it's significantly raised concrete on the poses trip hazards.
right?
So what we do is feather it, grind it, feather it, and Ellen, is there anything else that we do after we feather? I think that's it, right?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the City Council. So we have a two-phase approach to our trip hazards in the city. And what the Precision Concrete does is they go out and they identify the trip hazards in 1/6 of the city. We've done half of the city now. And the smaller trip hazards, as the city manager said, they cut and grind those to eliminate those. And those are up to the 2 inches in delta. If they're over 2 inches, we have to remove and replace the concrete sidewalk. We put those into a separate program with a separate contractor. And what the next phase is, so we started off with, we broke the city into 6 different areas, which is our 6 different areas that we do maintenance and repairs. The first area was very successful, the northwest corner of the city. We did the northeast, we did kind of the middle east, and we thought this year that these have been so successful and we've eliminated all these trip hazards, why don't we go ahead and rather than keep doing this once every year, so another 3 years to complete the project, let's go ahead and do all the rest of the city because we're going to eliminate those trip hazards more quickly and we're going to reap the benefits of a safer city as well as less claims quicker. So right now, actually, the company is out identifying those trip hazards in the other half of the city, and in a couple months we'll come back to you with a contract to remove the rest of those trip hazards in the rest of the city.
So the phase that you actually completed is just the identification of trip hazards, and then the next part is the actual, or is it like a simultaneous type process? I might have missed, you might have told me and I just might have missed it.
No, it's okay. So what they do is Precision Concrete will go out in 1/6 of the city. They walk every sidewalk. They mark down the ones that are displaced, and then they tell us which ones they can fix. We then go to you with a construction contract, and they go fix them. So what'll happen now is they're going to go identify the rest of the half of the city where those trip hazards are. They'll walk every sidewalk, and I'll come back to you in a couple months with a contract for them to go fix those.
Okay, and if a resident wanted to report a trip hazard on their particular street, how would they go about doing that? Or is there a process for residents to communicate a trip hazard or a raised sidewalk, and there's a process where you take the information down, and I don't know, is that part of, I know it's not part of this particular, but it should, is it? I mean,
Sure,
I guess
no.
that's my question.
No, good question, and we like to promote the Gardena Direct system is wonderful. We ask the residents to use that to report raised sidewalks, broken tree limbs, graffiti, any kind of bulky illegal dumping. So that's the one-stop shop where those emails go directly to my staff and other staff within the city to fix those things. So I highly encourage people to use that Gardena Direct.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Okay. Councilmember Love?
So I noticed on here that it's $142,626 for the removal of the construction. Then to replace that is the $316?
You know, I didn't bring the staff report. I'm not looking at those numbers. But in general, what we do is, like I said, there's the 2 phases. The Precision Concrete phase is generally cheaper than the removal and replacement. They can do an average panel of concrete, shave it down for maybe $30, where that replacement is maybe $140. So we do the 2 phases. Like I said, we do the Precision Concrete, which is budgeted. The other part of it is the removal and replacement, which is the second phase, which are those ones that have a displacement of over 2 inches.
So tonight, we're going to approve the budget for the reconstruction, but you have to come back with the contractor.
No, all you're doing tonight is, so when we do a contract with a contractor for any type of construction, there's a process called a notice of completion we bring to you. And what that does is it cuts off the period in which the subcontractors can file claims against the city. So this is just a legal step to inhibit those subcontractors from going after the city. The budget has already been approved, and so, yeah, you're not approving any additional budget. It's only saying that the project is complete. We can file the notice of completion and protect the city.
Okay, and when there's trip hazards that's created by, say, let's say a business. I walk a lot on Magnolia, and the parking lot at the school district office, where it joins up against the sidewalk in one of their driveways, both the city side and the school side is a severe trip hazard. When you guys are out there repairing the streets, do you guys ever notify, say, a business or a homeowner when you guys, because sometimes when you guys go to fix our trip hazard responsibilities, it actually increases the trip hazard for, say, in this instance, the school district. And so if you guys haven't, that block from Budlong to Normandy,
Okay.
because we walk dogs, a lot of people walk dogs over there. That is a severe trip hazard. I know you guys did some work on the corner of Normandy and Magnolia recently, and you guys fixed that corner, but I usually walk all the way down to Redondo, all around that area, and that one block really concerns me. So I know when you guys go to fix the city's responsibility, it's going to increase the school district's responsibilities, because they were kind of like both angled up at the same time. So I was just wondering if you guys notify a homeowner or a business or any, when you guys go out and, hey, we fixed ours, but it just increased yours.
Yeah, we'd always let somebody know. And your point is well taken in that if, let's say, a tree has raised our sidewalk and it also raises the private property, all we can fix is the sidewalk. And so sometimes we will, the result will end up in still having a trip hazard, but not just on the public sidewalk, but between the public sidewalk and the private property. We absolutely notify them. Do we get compliance? Not very much, but that's something we can and do turn over to code enforcement if there's a resulting trip hazard.
So even if the trip hazard on the private property was created by the city tree, it's still a responsibility of the private property owner?
I would defer to the city attorney on this one.
Yeah, and we're getting way off topic on what the agenda item. I'll be happy to discuss that with you, Councilmember, after the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. If there are no other questions here, can I get a motion to approve item number, item 10F here, which is the sidewalk trip hazard removal phase JN 545?
All right, so move.
Go ahead and hit your button.
Did I do it?
Okay. All right. Madam City Clerk, a motion was made by Councilmember Francis and a second by Councilmember Henderson. We can begin the roll.
Okay.
Okay, we can end it.
The motion has passed with 5 yeas, Serta, Henderson, Tanaka, Francis, and Love.
Okay, thank you. So next we have our Planning and Environmental Quality Commission action sheet. There was a meeting on October 21st of 2025, item number 6A, which is a modification to amend conditional use permit 6-21, which is a site plan review 5-21, environmental assessment 14-25. The Planning and Environmental Quality Commission reviewed a request to approve a modification to amend conditional use permit 6-21, site plan review SPR 5-21, and environmental assessment EA 14-25 to construct a single additional tier and a roof, an additional tier and a roof to two previously approved 6-tier automated parking structures. The height of the two automated parking structures will remain unchanged at 50 feet per section 18.40.080.B.5 of the Gardena Municipal Code. Environmental consideration. The project was considered for a categorically exempt from the provisions of the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, pursuant to Section 15332, Class 32 Infield Development Project. The applicant is Lee Johnson from West Realty Group. The location of this is 13126 Southwestern Avenue, APN number 6102-006-013. The commission action was the Planning Commission adopted resolution number PC 16-25 by a vote of 4-0 with one commissioner absent, approving a modification to amend conditional use permit 6-21, site plan review 5-21, and environmental assessment 14-25. Determined the project to be exempt from CEQA and directed staff to file a notice of exemption. So at this time, the City Council has the option to either receive and file or call for review. And if there isn't, then we'll go ahead and receive and file. Next up, we have oral communications. We have two speakers. First one is Delia Castro, and the second one is Andrea Simmental. Want to remind our speakers, you do have 3 minutes. You'll see the clock going, and it'll let you know the green means you can continue speaking. Yes, you're getting close to time, and when the red comes up, your time will be up.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Hello, everybody, all the council's members. Many of us, we are already know each other from the activities in the gorgeous city of Gardena. My club and I, we are very pleased to work our service. You know, Lions Club International, we dedicate to make service in the community for the people in needs. And in this time, I come to tell you that I would like to announce Southern California Inca. For first time, we are going to start this peace poster contest. It's been around the world for the last 40 years, almost 40 years. And what the Lions International do is they try to let the kids, give them the opportunity to develop their creativity through art. Tell them what peace means through art. This year, the topic is Together as One. Southern California Inca would like to inspire young people to showcase their talent, create memories that will last a lifetime, and imagine more than 600,000 children sharing their vision in peace around the world. This event is we are requesting the kids from 11 to 13 years old to present the art. We have a flyer where we like to disseminate the voice around the city of Gardena for all the children in the different groups. This event will be held in the library, main library here in Gardena, on Saturday 15 from 10 to 12:30. We would like the kids to present their jobs before the 13th, so we can know that they are coming and we can prepare their awards. After we are gonna award those kids, we are gonna send their jobs to different levels. And the winner level is going to be announced on February 1st. And the winner will be invited to a trip with 2 members of their family in New York in the UN offices building to show their job and receive $5,000 and the award. And also there is going to be 23 Merit Award winners, which is they're going to make $500. We really encourage the city of Gardena to disseminate the job with the kids. The kids from 10 years old, they can also participate as the first time they can make the job. We are going to give them recognition, but they cannot go forward to the next level until next year. But it will be a good experience for them too, because we would like to do this every year. So thank you so much.
Okay,
You know,
thank you.
My 3 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, we have Andrea Simental.
Madam Mayor and members of the City Council, I'm Andrea Simental, the Community Library Manager at Gardena Mamie Deer Library, and I'm here to announce upcoming programs at Gardena and Masao W. Sato Library. At Gardena, tomorrow, Wednesday, October 29th, join us for Needle Arts from 3 to 4:30 p.m. Explore the art of knitting and crocheting. Beginners and experts are welcome. Yarn and needles will be provided, or bring your own, and that's sponsored by the Gardena Valley Friends of the Library, and that's for adults. Native American Heritage Month, Strawberry Cross Stitch is on Saturday, November 1st from 2 to 3 p.m. Strawberries are more than just tasty berries. Come find out how important they are to different Native American cultures while we honor this plant with a fun cross-stitch activity, and that's for teens ages 13 to 17. And let's get ready for school. Enjoy books, songs, rhymes, and movement while learning school readiness skills at Smarty Pants Storytime. Storytime will take place November 7th and 14th at 10:15 a.m., and that's for ages 2 to 5 with a parent or caregiver. And at Masao W. Sato Library, their Smarty Pants Storytime will take place on Tuesday, October 28th from 3 to 3:30 p.m. And again, that's for ages 2 to 5 with a parent or caregiver. Adult 101 Sewing and Mending is on Wednesday, November 12th from 5 to 6. Have you ever had a button come off your shirt and wondered how to sew it back on? Join us to learn some basic sewing techniques to help in life's sewing emergencies, and that's for teens ages 13 to 17. And Native American Heritage Month Corn Husk Doll is on Wednesday, November 19th from 4 to 5. Join us to celebrate Native American Heritage Month by making your own corn husk doll. Come to learn the significance of corn in Native American culture while also looking at the history and origin of corn husk dolls. And that's for children ages 5 to 12. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Madam City Clerk, have we had any oral communications since our last council meeting?
No, Madam Mayor, we have not.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next up, we have, we go to departmental items here. We're going to begin with item number 13A. Mr. City Manager.
Mayor Serta, members of the City Council, agenda item 13A is approval of the 2025 to 2029 Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, between the City of Gardena and the Gardena Management Employees Association, or GMEO. GMEO is the recognized labor group of 21 current miscellaneous employees, which includes management, non-sworn employees except those specifically designed as confidential or unrepresented. The City and the GMEO commenced labor negotiations in August of 2025 for a successor MOU to the contract, which expired on June 30, 2025. And the City and GMEO conducted various negotiation meetings on August 6, 2025, September 9, 2025, and September 17, 2025. A tentative agreement was reached on September 25, 2025, on a 4-year term, pending City Council approval. Some of the key highlights of the agreement are as follows. A cost of living adjustment of 4 years stemming from July 1st, 2025 to June 30, 2029. First year is 3%. Second, third, and fourth years are 4%. Longevity pay, effective first full pay period on July 2025. Change in longevity structure to begin at 10 years of service, 2.5 at 10 years of service, 5% at 20 years of service, and then 7.5 at 25 years of service. As far as vacation accruals, effective first full pay period in July 2025, increased vacation accruals from employees at 20, 25, and 30 years of service to match 15-year level accrual at 18.25 hours a month. Also implement a maximum accrual cap at 550 hours in March 2026, option for members who are over the cap to cash out hours over 400. Wellness stipend, effective July 2025, increased by $250 per year for a new annual amount of $750. The prior amount was $500 a year. Expand use to include recreational leisure activities used for member well-being. Uniform allowance, effective in July 2025, increase of $150 annually for a new amount of $600 a year, and implement a transit operations supervisor uniform policy. car allowance, effective in July 2025, increase of $50 a month for a new amount of $350 per month. So fiscal years 2025 to 2026 through 2028-29, the total estimated amount is $464,281 for 25-26, $677,911 for 26-27, $1,024,980 for 27-28, and $1,398,760 for 28-29. What's required tonight is to approve and adopt the GMEO MOU for the period of July 1st, 2025 to June 30, 2029.
Okay, thank you. Madam City Clerk, do we have anybody from the public wishing to speak on this item?
No, we do not.
Okay. Does any member of the council have any questions or comments? Okay, if not, if I can get a motion to approve and adopt the GMEO MOU for the period of July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2029. So it looks like a motion's been made by Councilmember Tanaka and a second by Councilmember Love. We can go ahead and initiate the vote. Okay, there we go. Okay, we can end the vote.
The motion has passed, and we have 5 yeas, Serta, Henderson, Tanaka, Francis, and Love.
Okay, great. Okay, next up is item number 19A. Mr. City Manager.
Mayor Serta, members of the City Council, agenda item 19A is to approve contracts for the Renewable Energy and Storage System Project and Operations and Maintenance Agreement with Performance Guarantee and Warranty with Site Lodge IQ, Inc. for a total of $5,719,655.18 and a project total of $6,863,586.21. Also declare the project to be categorically exempt from CEQA Class 1, Section 15301B3, Common Sense, and Section 15303, New Construction of Small Structures, Section 15311, Accessory Structures in California, Public Resources Code, Section 21080.35. In an effort to further its transition to zero emissions for its revenue and non-revenue fleet and generate overall cost savings for the department, G-Trans plans to upgrade its facilities to accommodate a solar photovoltaic or PV system, battery energy storage system or BESS, and electric vehicle or EV charging systems. G-Trans is in the planning and design stage for the charging of its revenue and non-revenue vehicles and employee vehicles, which includes an expansion of solar panels and new battery storage to help reduce reliance on the energy grid and offset energy costs during peak periods. G-Trans embarked on a two-step design-build method of contracting which entails first issuing an RFQ or request for qualifications to shortlist qualified firms and then issuing an RFP or request for proposal to those firms. G-Trans issued an RFQual to obtain interested and qualified firms through Planet Bids, which was also communicated through broad outreach in newspapers and organizations. G-Trans received 14 submissions, and through evaluation based on criteria outlined in RFQual, narrowed down the proposers to a short list of 4 qualified firms. Staff issued an RFP to those 4 firms. 3 proposals were received in response to the RFP, and staff proceeded to evaluate these firms and their proposals based on the weighted criteria. G-Trans evaluated and scored the 3 proposals based on the specified scoring methodology and began the negotiation process with the highest ranked firm, SiteLog IQ, Inc. This process included technical, contractual, and cost clarifications with the firm. SiteLog IQ's proposal is $5,565,481.53, which includes all costs of the design and build of the PV system, BESS, EV supply equipment, and the first 5 years of operations and maintenance and performance guarantee and 10-year warranty of PV inverters and BESS. G-Trans also requested optional pricing for years 6 through 10 of the O&M and PEGU, and the additional 5-year warranty of the PV inverters and BESS, which amounts to a cost of $154,173.65. G-Trans has determined the price to be fair and reasonable. using the solar production values and BESS sizing that Site Lodge IQ provided as part of their bid package. This project is slated to save G-Trans approximately $235,000 per year on utility bills associated with CNG fueling and Bolt fleet charging. Over the next 25 years, the life of the system, not only is it expected to pay itself back, but generate over $4.1 million in additional savings. G-Trans is also requesting authorization for a quality project contingency of 20% or $1,143,931.04 of the total overall contract cost. This contingency would only be used for unforeseen expenditures or additions that may be required. Such expenditures would not be allowed unless agreed upon and approved in advance by G-Trans management. Financial impact: G-Trans has worked for the past several years to assemble a funding package specifically for this project. G-Trans has dedicated state and local funding for the fiscal year 26 approved capital budget to complete the project. There is no financial impact to the general fund. What is required tonight is approved design and construction contract with years 1 through 5 for operations and maintenance and performance guarantee services in the amount of $5,565,481.53. Authorize the option of extended warranty and option terms years 6 through 10 of operations and maintenance and performance guarantee services in the amount of $154,173.65. Approved project contingency of 20% or $1,143,931.04, and declare this project to be categorically exempt under CEQA Class 1, Section 15301, B3, Common Sense, Section 15303, New Construction of Small Structures, Section 15311, Accessory Structures, and California Public Resources Code, Section 21080.35. We also want to note that this is phase 1 of this type of project. We're going to be considering phase 2, which is City Hall.
Okay, thank you. Madam City Clerk, do we have anybody from the public wishing to speak on this item?
No, Madam Mayor, we do not.
Okay, thank you. Director Crespo, I believe you have a couple of slides or that you want to present? No? Just what's in our packet? Okay.
Mayor Serta and council members, good morning. It's not morning. Sorry, I was at the Dodger game yesterday, so everything is morning.
Oh.
But I think, Ms. Becky, if you could go to the next slide. So, in essence, like Mr. City Manager, Mr. Osorio, pretty much we're putting solar panels in the parking lot for our employees in the employee parking lot, and that is going to be directly connected to big batteries, which will ultimately allow us to save approximately about $200,000 a year in our utility costs, because when we turn on our CNG compressors to fuel, they fuel at the peak demand period of the night. And so when those generators turn on, we draw a lot of electricity. So instead, what will happen is those generators will still fire up, but they will be firing up off of the batteries. And so when the batteries are depleted, it'll be roughly, hopefully, late at night. And then by that point, you go back to the grid, and the grid cost for electricity is cheaper. And we'll do that over and over and over every day. So that is the project. We're excited about it. We've been working on it for probably like 4 years to get the funding and get it to this point, because it keeps pushing our sustainability goals and also allows us to save money at the same time.
Okay, thank you. We do have a couple of questions here. First one is Councilmember Love.
I just have 2 questions for you. One, I noticed that, and I don't want to play on words, but I noticed that it's expected to pay itself back. Is that itself, is it going to pay off the $5 million in cost that it's going to cost us, and then still generate $4.1 million, or is it just going to pay some of that back?
So the idea of that is it's going to take us about 20 years to pay ourselves back. If you think about just the $235,000 savings every year, that's going to take about 20 plus years, which is a good amount of time, an average time for a project this size.
So how did you come up with the $4.1 million in additional savings?
The 4.1 million?
Yeah, in the paragraph when he was reading it, it said that over the 25-year life system, not only is it expected to pay itself back, but generate over 4.1 million in savings.
Right, yeah, so that's a, 25 years multiplied by approximately 235 annual cost. It's gonna get you close to 4.1 million.
Okay. Second question. I noticed that it says that this solar system will also be used to charge employee vehicles.
That is correct. So we're installing chargers for our own fleet, right? So we have our Bolt vehicles and our supervisor cars. And then on the employee parking side, we will have about 5 parking stalls, new EV parking stalls for employees.
And so the employees, will they pay a fee, or are they charging off the city's charging?
So, Councilmember Love, as we previously discussed, I'm continuing the policy that the previous city manager brought onto the city, where we are incentivizing employees to purchase EV cars, strictly EV cars, for that purpose. So at this point, we're still going to allow employees to charge at city lots free of charge.
So does that policy allow employees that receive a car allowance, a cash car allowance, to also still charge on the city's EV charging?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Because
So-
we're not incentivizing people to purchase gas cars. We're strictly incentivizing people to buy EV cars.
But doesn't the car allowance allow for gas vehicles, or employees that drive gas vehicles, to fuel up their cars with gas? So you're going to allow city employees that receive a car allowance to still receive a car allowance and still charge on an EV, city-owned EV charging station?
Not exactly. The main purpose of mileage, auto allowances is to account for miles driven on the wear and tear of your cars, right? If you look at the IRS guidelines, it is miles driven.
Right.
That's what you're kind of offsetting. But as far as the fuel, it's not included in there. So we're just we're incentivizing people to purchase EV cars in exchange for electric fuel, if you will.
Thank you.
Okay, next question is Councilman Francis.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So just so I know there's one group is the Bolt. Those are the little passenger vans, the little gold ones. So that's one charge for that. And then the CNG, those are the passenger buses, is that?
Councilwoman Francis, that is correct. Our buses are powered with compressed natural gas.
Okay, so I thought at some point we were going to move away from that and go all EV, or are we not at that stage? We're just going to stay where we are, and then I'm just trying to figure out how this all fits into the grand plan. It was hard for me to imagine. I'm not a car person.
Understandable. So the grand plan is that we will, according to our 80-20 plan that the city council approved, that we would be 80% CNG and 20% electric. That was the fleet plan. So we are fully there. We are expected to transition to, if continuing legislation stays the same in California, our plan is to transition to fully electric by about 2035.
Mm-hmm. And this is just one step in that process. That's not, because I look at the picture and I see all the green buses as I'm thinking, oh, we're going the whole yard, whole way. But eventually we will, but just not right now.
That is correct. Our CNGs still have a good 10 plus years. We just built the CNG station. So we're going to try to maximize our investment in CNG for a while.
Okay, and just in terms of, is there any training that maintenance staff may need to participate in order to keep this whole thing going, the EV boats, vans going? And is there I didn't see it in there, or maybe it's not necessary for extra training. I didn't see a cost in there. Councilwoman
Francis, the training for exactly the PV system, the contractor will provide our facilities teams training on how to use the software. There, as part of tonight, staff's recommendation is to approve the maintenance, operations and maintenance of that. So if there's any repairs or any warranty work, they would do it. As a bonus, though, our G-Trans facility and maintenance staff are already trained in high voltage. We were one of the early adopters, so they're very capable of dealing with high voltage.
All right, thank you.
Okay, next up is Mayor Pro Tem Henderson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And Director Crespo, this question is not for you, but for Mr. City Manager. In regards to the PV panels, can we record those as assets and then depreciate those?
Yes, it would be under G-Trans's books.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Okay, if there are no more questions, then if I could get a motion to approve the design and construction contract with years 1 through 5 for operations, maintenance, and performance guaranteed service in the amount of $5,565,481.53. Also authorize the option of extended warranty and option terms years 6 through 10 of operations and maintenance and performance guarantee service in the amount of $154,173.65, as well as approve project contingency of 20% or $1,143,931.04, and declare this project to be categorically exempt under CEQA Class 1, Section 15301B3, Common Sense, and Section 15303, New Construction of Small Structures, Section 15311, Accessory Structures, and California Public Resource Code, Section 21080.35. There is a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Henderson and a second by Councilmember Francis. Madam City Clerk, will you begin the roll? Okay, we can finish. We can end it.
The motion passes with 5 yeas, Serta, Henderson, Tanaka, Francis, and Love.
Okay, thank you. Next up is council directives. Does any member of the council have any directives at this time? Okay, if not, we're going to move on to city manager remarks regarding previous directives and council items.
Mayor, Serta, members of the City Council, I have one. On the September 9, 2025 meeting, the City Council raised several questions about CCGA, or the California Cities Gaming Authority operations. So we've attached through a memo for your review some agenda packets in the past meetings of the CCGA. So ends my report.
Okay, thank you. Next, we're going to move on to council remarks. We're going to begin tonight with Councilmember Love.
Since our last meeting, I took a well-needed vacation, so I did not attend a lot of the city events. But I got back just in time to throw my neighbor, who you guys have heard me talk about so much, that his 100th birthday drive-by celebration, where Gardena PD and LA County Fire and a lot of the people in the community came out and showed him an amazing amount of love, and that ends my report.
Okay, thank you. Next up is Councilmember Francis.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Since our last meeting, I attended the Water Festival hosted by the West Basin Municipal Water District. Also attended our Beautification Commission meeting, and we selected a Halloween decorating contest winner for the home, and should see in the Gardena Valley News. And let's see, I attended the senior candlelight dinner for Halloween, and I also attended the birthday drive-by for Mrs. Suzuki. And it was really a special honor and a privilege. Mrs. Suzuki is 100 years old, and when I arrived, he's playing Clementine on a harmonica. He plays several songs on a harmonica, and he's very clear, and he's still walking, and it was just to listen to him and get an opportunity to meet him, I thought, you know what? I kept saying, I'm touching history. It was amazing. He's an amazing gentleman. I hope to maybe one day I'll get a chance to sit on his knee and just listen to him tell what's going on for the past 100 years with him. So it was amazing. Thank you, Councilmember Love, for the invitation. I do appreciate that. It was a wonderful event. And also want to remind everybody that Friday is Halloween. And as you know, a lot of our kiddos will be out trick-or-treating and attending different Halloween festivities. So please keep your eye out on them. They'll be in the costumes or on our streets. So watch out for our young people and make sure that you drive slow. Don't drive too fast. And just look out for our young folks. And I hope everybody has a great celebration, and looking forward to seeing, and the Halloween senior candlelight dinner. It was so fun. They were all in the costumes. And these seniors, they started dancing. I got there around 6. They were dancing from 6 until the thing was over for a good hour. Some of them just nonstop, never sat down. So I hope when I become a senior, that's a joke, that I'll be able to dance like that. Thank you so much. That concludes my comments. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next up is Mayor Pro Tem Henderson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Since our last meeting, I attended my SCAG legislative committee meeting, some business and community visits. Mr. City Manager, please thank the department heads and the staff for making themselves available and supporting me as I have all my little remote meetings here for SCAG and COG and whatever else I'm on, I forget, and everything. I appreciate that. And I also want to congratulate my son Mark II and his wife Rio on the birth of their daughter Marley today. So I have grandchild number 4. So the squad is getting big, and I'm excited. So we were all watching the Dodger game at the hospital. So the baby wasn't ready yet. So I guess she was still watching the game in heaven, but she came on through today. So we're glad about that, and everybody's resting. Mom is doing well. Baby's doing well. Thank you very much. So ends my report.
Okay, thank you. Next up, myself. Since the last council meeting, I attended my monthly CCGA meeting. I also attended the Gardena, Carson, Wilmington Rotary Club, where they had their district commander come and speak and give an overview of what's happening overall with Rotary in the United States. I also attended that same day my monthly LA County sanitation meeting, and then that following week I attended the LA County sanitation personnel meeting. And then later on that day, I attended the senior candlelight dinner. And that Friday, I attended Gardena High School's homecoming game. And unfortunately, they lost, but overall, it was an interesting game. That following Saturday, I attended, this past Saturday, City of Refuge, their Harvest Festival Day. And later on, or immediately following that, I was at Roosevelt Cemetery for the Dia de los Muertos event, where I was one of the speakers. I also want to thank City of Gardena, our staff, for being out there and just representing the City of Gardena. It was a very large festive event. Also, I attended on Sunday Holly Park United Methodist Church as they celebrated Laity Day, and I was their speaker representing the City of Gardena. And then Sunday afternoon, I attended the 70th anniversary of the Alpha Psi Zeta sorority. And something I forgot to mention at the last council meeting, there was a girls' camp for young girls who are interested in becoming a firefighter, and this was put on through LA County Fire. And I know of at least 3-4 girls from Gardena who went to the camp and got a chance to spend a whole day there seeing other firefighters, females, learning what they do, getting the opportunity to carry the ladders, the hose, just different things that you would do in the process of training for a firefighter. And so after speaking with a couple of the young ladies, they were like, a couple of them that were 9, they had so much fun, and they said this is definitely something they would consider as a career. So I was just excited to see that they would start something as young as 9 years old, and more specifically dealing with girls. So it was LA County Fire Department's Girls Camp. And in fact, every year it gets filled up. Over 200 young people sign up, because it's not just girls now, it's girls and boys, but they still call it Girls Camp. But it's a great event that is put on by them, and anybody from LA County can sign up for this. And then the last thing I'd like to mention is my upcoming town hall that's this coming Friday that I want to invite everybody out to. It's going to be at the Toss-Up. This coming Friday's speaker is going to be the search and rescue team with their with their canine. And we had such great success with Gardena PD's canine a couple of months ago. Everybody was so elated with the dog that I thought, why not bring the fire department their search and rescue dog? So again, our meeting will be this coming Friday. We are moving the time up to 5 o'clock instead of 6 because we know everybody wants to be out for Halloween. So, and that'll be at the Toss-Up Restaurant at 1550 Artesia Boulevard. And with that, that ends my report. And next up is Councilmember Tanaka.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So since our last, I attended the South Bay COGS legislative briefing. The one that actually showed up was Congresswoman Waters, and she had a lot to say about the government shutdown. And then we had other representatives, Nanette Bergen, Senator Adam Schiff's representatives, Senator Padilla's office. There were a whole bunch of representatives that kind of talked about some of their bills that they were trying to pass or had passed. I also attended the COG board meeting where we were recognized, and Alan, your department should be proud because all the energy savings that right now that you're doing for us. In fact, we just received our platinum, so we're setting the stage again, so we appreciate what you guys are doing over there. And I think lastly, I just want to send prayers and condolences to, I think it's San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, where their officer was shot and killed in line of duty. And so we pray for the department and his family. That ends my report.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next I have a couple of announcements here. This coming Friday, we have our Too Cute to Spook event for our young people, which is Friday, October 31st, from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Johnson Park, which is located at 1200 West 170th Street. Bring your kids ages 12 and under to the park for a safe, fun-filled night of trick-or-treating and more. There'll be costume contests for kids age 4 and under, beginning at 6 p.m., kids 5 through 8 at 6:30, kids 9 through 12 at 7 p.m., and if it's the entire family has a costume, the judging of that will be at 7:30. Also, we have our Halloween Scare Zone. That will be at Freeman Park, which is at 2100 West 154th Place, from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Come and join us for a thrilling Halloween night at our Scare Zone. And then on November 1st, Saturday, November 1st, we have our Dia de los Muertos celebration. That will be here on City Hall campus, where there'll be live entertainment, display of altars, crafts, food, and games. Also, leading up to that, for the Dia de los Muertos event, there'll be a community altar ofrenda, which is the City of Gardena will host a community ofrenda, an altar, during our Dia de los Muertos celebration on Saturday, November 1st, to pay tribute to the memories of those we've lost. So if there's a loved one that you would like to honor, you can submit your photos between now through October 30th, and you can submit that via email at gardenaevents@cityofgardena.org. And then, let's see, also, we still have our semi-annual cleanup event. So for those of you whose trash day is on Fridays, your cleanup date where you can put out items is November 1st. Just want to remind everybody, it's single items that can be safely handled by 2 people, furniture, appliances, yard waste, and electronic waste, televisions, and computers. Items they won't accept are things that can't be handled by 2 people, oil or hazardous waste, fluorescent light bulbs, tubes, tires, concrete, dirt, or building materials, medical waste, or commercial or business waste. If you have questions, you can call WR at 888-467-7600. And then we also have our Operation Gobble event coming up where this Thanksgiving, we're dishing out some love to our Gardena families with food vouchers and scrumptious side dishes. So if this is something you'd like to participate, registration opens on Monday, November 3rd. You can visit our website at www.cityofgardena.org/events. To be eligible, households must be less than the 2025 HUD 60% low-income limits. You must be a Gardena resident. You must also apply using the Gardena Civic Rec account, and the account must be under the head of the household name and include the family members and children. You must be able to provide and upload all these documents as it relates to driver's license, ID, proof of residency, as well as proof of income. And quantity is limited, so we ask that you register early. And then also, we have the 55th Annual Veterans Day service coming up, which is Tuesday, November the 11th, 2025 at 11 a.m. This will be at City Hall on the lawn, and join us to honor and celebrate all veterans for their dedicated service to our community. Following the ceremony, you can join the Gardena Nisei Memorial VFW Post 1961 and General William Stark Rosecrans VF Post 3261 for a lunch event honoring local veterans and expressing gratitude for their service. And this here will happen at 1822 West 162nd Street, and that will be from 12 to 2. I believe that's the VFW building. And that ends our announcements here. We're going to move on to our adjournment here. I'm sorry, remembrances. Tonight, we're going to adjourn in memory of Sho Yu Nomura, who was 92 years old, who retired from the city of Gardena as a park maintenance worker on June 29, 2018, after being employed with the city for over 28 years. He is survived by his son and daughter-in-law. He has now joined his dog, Kai, who passed several months ago, who he loved dearly. We're also going to adjourn in memory of the San Bernardino officer that was tragically killed. All right, with that being said, at this time, the City Council will adjourn to the closed session portion of our City Council meeting at 7 p.m., followed by, we will adjourn to the closed session portion of our 7 p.m. Meeting, followed by the adjourned regular City Council meeting at 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, November 18, 2025. At this time, we are adjourned.